at this point. They got their 150. Shot clock down to 5. Konchar drives and dunks. It'll be an NBA record margin of victory for the Grizzlies tonight. 73 points. The highest scoring game in franchise history, 152 points.
Bases are loaded here. Ripped down the right field line. That's a base hit. Kinsler scores. Metcalf scores. Bird goes to third. It's a 2-run double. 26-3. Youngster has a nice memory now. Dad caught the baseball. There's a bouncer towards the middle. Throw to first. Not in time. Infield hit. Another run scores. Right field and deep. And it's gone. A 3-run home run for Vasquez. Texas has put 30 runs on the board. 30 runs. His second 3-run home run.
Matt Flynn is going to throw. And underneath completes to Doug Baldwin. Knocked out of bounds near the 5-yard line. Leon Washington and untouched into the end zone. 6, the old mark set back in 1977 for the Seahawks. And now 58-0.
Get up inside. He's just so fast. I mean, he's got cornerback speed.
52-27. Some points there being scored on a crazy Sunday around the NFL. Division rivals in the NFC West.
Looks towards the front, centers it in front, and a couple of jabs scores. It was Pacioretty who gets it, and that is his 4th of the night.
Against these calls.
A night of numbers, all of them good for Montreal, all bad for Colorado. This one's in the books. 10-1, final score.
It's a block. Pacers running up to Stanley, who throws it down.
This is to earn Aaron Holiday's minutes. To be able to keep this group organized and be able to find ways to get other guys involved. Timers in there with that length, be hard for you to get there. Stanley running again. But you can see they're just having all kinds of fun. What an impressive, really, it's an impressive performance by the Pacers. Now
They earned it.
They've earned this. I'm sorry.
Have the bases loaded again.
And who's coming up to do more damage? Adam Duvall.
Yep. Another chance for a 3-homer game. Fly ball, hammered deep left. It's a grand slam for Adam Duvall. I can't believe it.
Well, Chip, now he's the 24th player in MLB history.
A 2-run, a 3-run, and a grand slam home run. And the Braves have scored 29 times. When you do as many games as Jeff and I do, you don't get goosebumps about a lot of things. Tonight is one of those nights. The Atlanta Braves are one of 4 teams in baseball history to score 29 runs in a game.
So it goes into the rushing numbers for Sproles and not the passing numbers for Breeze. And Breeze to Graham for the jump ball and the touchdown.
How much Carolina tape did you watch? Because Cam Newton is changing that a little bit now, too.
Sproles stays on his feet, gets to the end zone. 6 years ago, and beautiful to see it lighted the way it is, refurbished. And the town sparkling on a Sunday night. Their football team is having a heck of an evening. And it continues as the pass is picked off by Lee Torrance. And Lee Torrance is inside the 10. Touchdown.
Is the most important to his team. Not the best player, not the MVP of the league, but is Brady more valuable to New England than Manning is to Indianapolis, than Breeze is to New Orleans? Well, again, I don't know that you can answer that definitively, but Peyton's value to the Colts cannot be overstated.
He is on the counterattack with Saad. Taves on Saad for the hat trick. Jonathan Taves was not going to shoot that puck. He wanted to give a hat trick chance to Brandon Saad, and he finished it.
9 years between them. And a statement game for the Chicago Blackhawks.
But the big man Jalen Williams, he's had a couple of triples tonight.
He can shoot it too. That's a part of his.
Razorbacks will win this one by 80 as that last shot does not fall. So an 80-point win, 8 different players in double figures, second most points scored in history. Hit well in the gap to right center field, and it is not caught. Hogs are going to reach the 30-run plateau on a 2-run double from Gates, who's knocked in. Ball and 2 strikes to count. There might be your gapper. It'll score 1. Martin sprinting to second. 32 runs for the Razorbacks.
Schaub in trouble again, steps up, chased by Long, and he's intercepted. What an interception! That is Tremaine Johnson, and it's a pick 6. Something Matt Schaub knows very well in his career. Tremaine Johnson with a pick 6, and St. Louis with a 50-burger on the Raiders. Raiders will not run another play, and it's a shutout for Jeff Fisher and the St. Louis Rams. Final score, St. Louis 52, Oakland nothing. For Steve Berline, this is Andrew Catalon saying so long from St. Louis.
Peachy. And there's another one. Again, you're been close. Had a couple of chances. There's another one. Not sure the captain number. Artemi.
What a night, if that is indeed the final. Oh, Jeremy Lamb. The Hornets are doing work on a Thursday night. Dwight Howard, but he also was doing media relations PR in Minnesota when Kevin Love did it. Pretty cool claim to fame for Mike Cristaldi. Marcus Page is going to hold it. There's the buzzer, and it's over. The Hornets with a resounding 61-point win.
In the air to right center field. That one is deep. Tavares just sits and watches it go. A 3-run home run for Chase Utley. It's the 3rd home run of the inning for the Phillies, and they have, and this is unimaginable, have put a 10 spot on the board here at the bottom of the 1st inning. Rutledge in the air to left field. Pretty deep, and it's off the base of the wall. Rollins will score. Victorino does stop at 3rd. RBI double for Bruntlett. Jimmy has scored 4 times tonight. 18-1 Phillies. Full moon? I think tomorrow night is the full moon. Jason Worth to right center field, and that's going to be a grand salami. An opposite field home run for Jason Worth. And the Phillies are just piling it on here in the bottom of the 8th inning. They lead it 22-1.
A fledgling league. 2nd and 8. Titans 15. Maroney up the middle. Maroney is a yard shy. Now they're going to know the crack right here. He'll go for it again. Hoyer pushed across this time. And Brian Hoyer takes the team down the field. The first time he directs the Patriot attack. Takes him down for a touchdown. He finishes it off.
He didn't have a choice.
All right, now what are we going to see here at quarterback? It is, in fact, Vince Young team and another winless team. It slips through the hands of Young. And the chase is on. And this is going to be, hold on, the ball's out. Did they have him down?
Yes.
Pierre Woods is going to pick it up. And Phil Simms and all the crew, Jim Nantz saying so long from Foxborough. Bonus coverage coming up on CBS. Thanks for being.
4 left on the shot clock, and Boban with one hand just up over the top of the defender, Kabengele. Some wilding in the first half when the Mavericks went up by 50 at halftime for the largest halftime lead in NBA history as Boban follows it in on the flush.
They take that shot anyway.
But Wes Iwundu and the Mavericks will dribble out the clock on a win. 124-73 is the final score as Dallas wins today by 51, the second largest margin of victory in Mavs history.
Drives into the air to right center field. It's off the wall in play. A base is clearing. 3-run double for Anthony Rendon. And there isn't an inning that has gone by in this game now, Dave, with the Nationals haven't put 3 runs on the board.
A new Mets pitcher, Jose Reyes.
Here's a swing and a drive to deep right center field. Nimmo back, way back, looking up.
Now the umpires are going to call it off the top of the board. See you later. And it's 21-1. See you later.
It's 24 runs, a new Nationals record.
Swinging a line drive to right by Difo. Nimmo coming in, dives, can't get it.
It is 25-1 Washington. Dave Island, the Mets pitching coach. Why would they send the pitching coach out? Hang in there.
Not today. 7 offensive linemen, handoff to Bush. And Oakland continues to add to its lead. The Raiders an extra point away from putting 59 on the board. We're in the third quarter.
Yeah, I almost think
a blowout in Denver. The Oakland Raiders set a franchise record with 59 points, and they dominate the Broncos at Invesco.
Forward to shoot the Florida, drifting forward. Bembry on the kick out. And Malachi Flynn dropping in. They wanted to get him a lob so bad. They ran that play where Jordan Poole sets the back screen. They forgot about Watanabe. Our people, let's smiling each. He's fighting for it. It's like the game ain't over yet. And Boucher is like, calm down. Working on his karate moves.
Well, so for Toronto, they had been struggling. They took it out on the Dubs. And the Warriors, they're going to take attendance on Sunday.
For Aledmys Diaz, who's 2 for 2. And that's hit in the right center field. That's going to get down for a base hit. Around third, Altuve. He will score. Diaz an RBI single. He's 3 for 3. Here's Yordan Alvarez. He has 2 homers tonight, including a grand slam in the 7th. And this ball's belted deep to right center field. And you can kiss that one goodbye. A 3-homer game for Yordan Alvarez.
My goodness, Yordan Alvarez. Have yourself a season and have yourself 45 games. Start a career. Colin McHugh, a 1-2-3-9.
Dumoulin out in front, tipped in. Hat-trick, Sidney Crosby.
John, this line's been electrifying. They started this game.
It'll be another playoff shutout for Matt Murray. 7-0. The victorious.
Get it to Lowe. Get it to Lowe. Get him on the board. Get him on the board.
Kevin Rafferty, the screener there. Another deep down the end of the bench player. Phil Booth with the 3. They're up by 45. This is going to be the largest margin of victory ever in a national semifinal. The previous largest margin of defeat was 13 points at Texas. This will also be Villanova's biggest win of the year. They won their opener against Fairleigh Dickinson by 37. They win this national semifinal game by 44. By 10 points, the largest margin of victory ever in a national semifinal.
Came in after Marino played 1 series in the third quarter. Meanwhile, Fiedler to Jimmy Smith. It's 70 yards. It's 48-7. Later in the third, Fiedler conducts another touchdown pass to Alvis Whithead. 38 yards. It's 55-7. And then a little symphony, please, because the Dolphins were wet. The commissioner, well, Commissioner Tagliabue knows that the Jacksonville fans may never see a day like Autry Denson fumbles again. 62 7. Marino and Johnson had not words negative, but had a lot to talk about on the sidelines and afterwards. And look, a loss is a loss. But no one ever imagined that a game could go like this.
And they put for 5 at the plate. And
Tashner, who's pitched in 2
low ebb for the Pirates.
Yeah.
Parra. That's going to be a base hit. Weeks will score. It is 20-0 as Manny Parra comes up with a base hit in his first time up.
A little chuckle after that.
Scores from the point, bouncing between the legs of Montoya. Anderson, cross ice, thrown in front for Calvert. Anderson, his first 2-goal game, and the fans have what they want. Their 10th of the night.
And why not? Cross ice pass. Look at Anderson off the skate, backhand, back of the net. The Blue Jackets.
Than that, you know, you up.
What's the point?
50 plus points. I mean, what's the point? It's the third quarter, end of the third quarter, and you still got this guy still playing. It's not cool.
He wasn't a good free throw shooter, or he would have scored how many more points? Calvin had a couple of those 60-pointers in college. He and Pete Maravich were the 2 guys who used to light it up in college. Oh, boy. Talking about lighting it up. But it's a historic night again for James Harden as the crowd gives the Rockets a standing ovation. James was simply out of this world on Space City Saturday.
RG3 to a wide open man. It's Mark Andrews. What a day for Andrews.
You have to go in that locker room and convince them every day to come in, to do their job, to not focus on the big picture, and just focus on the task at hand on a daily basis.
And Jacob deGrom is looking on as Ender takes ball 4. That'll bring home a run. There's the 1-1 pitch, and he gets hit. So painful RBI for Sandoval. The Mets still haven't retired a Braves hitter.
Long night, obviously.
McCann race to the bag, and Almora gets there, but that'll score another run. Smith comes home, 3 runs in the inning.
From a 14-2 deficit.
Ozzie unloads on the first pitch. Deep to right. That ball is gone. He got his 5th hit, has driven home 7 runs, and the Braves have scored 20.
Here's Hoffman to the plate. Swing, and a hanging curveball is ripped down the left field line. That is just fair. It will roll into the corner. Dickerson scores. Robertson right behind him, and stopping at third will be Ruff. A 2-run double for Donovan Solano, and the Giants have hit 20. 20-2.
Drew Butera. Dickerson drives one to left, hit pretty well, and it's off the bottom of the wall. And he almost knocked one out of the park. Unbelievable.
Here comes Patrick Maroon, feeds it in front, score! Anton Slepyshev.
He was in all alone, though, you're right.
McDavid. It doesn't take long to get into the attacking zone. Here comes Draisaitl. Lucic, Draisaitl scores! It's a playoff hat trick for Leon Draisaitl. Draisaitl off the post and in. He's got his stick down. He's opened up for the.
Let's get a little sloppy. Wiggins kicks it out. Curry puts up a 3. It's good. Steph Curry from downtown. He's got 40. And this Golden State train continues to roll as they head east now. Oh, there he goes again. Brown on its feet. Another dominant win to keep the winning streak alive. 26-point victory for Golden State.
For Wilson to go find himself some curse on 1st and 10, 23 yards.
And this kid is one of those kids undrafted that you heard Richard Sherman talk about. Nobody wanted him. Pete Carroll takes him in.
There's 12s everywhere. 36-0 when finally the Broncos get on the board with no time left in the third quarter to make it 36-7. So we would not have a shutout in Super Bowl 48. It's 36-8 as Demaryius Thomas sets the records for most receptions in a Super Bowl. But Doug Baldwin, your X factor from the NFC Championship game, Marshall.
I love this kid, man.
Made it a 40 burger in Super Bowl 48.
Everything that they do with Percy Harvin, this kid can do it. Every time Percy's out, he steps in
2 years ago, and that man has still one Super Bowl ring, while Malcolm Smith, the Seattle Seahawks, come into MetLife Stadium and score on a kickoff return for a touchdown, an interception return for a touchdown.
And there it is. 19 runs, the most in D-backs history. This is headed for the right field corner. It's gone. Ketel Marte. And the D-backs have scored 20 runs.
Fly ball right field. Fisher back. He's on the track. He's at the wall. See ya. A 2-run home run for Frazier. And it's 19-3 Yankees.
You're right. It's kind of a no-win situation. You're embarrassed if you make an out. You're kind of embarrassed if you go deep, but why not? It counts in the scorebook. And D.J. LeMahieu just went deep, Michael. I stole your thunder.
He did, and the Yankees have 20 on the board. It's 20-3 Bombers.
Now Hurdle reversing to Schlemko, a clean look, and he scores! Touchdown, Sharks!
Sharks after some good puck retrieval. He just bombs one that goes underneath the glove of Brossoit. Doesn't catch it until the end.
And I think we can say it.
It's all yours, Randy.
A shutout for Martin Jones.
That's what we're talking about.
The 4th of his playoff career. And the Sharks with a huge punctuation mark.
Williamson has been gambling all night long on defense, trying to come up with the ball. The lob, Barrett the finish.
Zion Williamson has to be the only show in town.
We were with them on the Canada tour, saw them in the hotel. Here's another one. Oh my. I mean, it is a dunk fest right now. And the Blue Devils bouncing back from their loss to Gonzaga in impressive fashion tonight.
Dead fish. Yes. That ball's ripped down the right field line. That is a fair ball home run, and the cycle for Brock Holt. He hits for the cycle in a postseason game. So what if it's off a position player? For Sabathia. Sanchez on the ground. Jump throw to first base, and a good one to win the game. Nice play to win the game. The Boston Red Sox with 16 runs on 18 hits, and the first ever cycle in the postseason by Brock Holt.
Oh, there it is, a little off speed. Real Muto knocks that in the gap. That's going to go to the wall. Ozuna will score. JT will pull up with a double.
How about the situational hitting?
So the Marlins have gone single, double, 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 and nobody out. Nicholas. Dietrich drives that to center. Real Muto will tag and trot home. So an out, but another run.
Is pitching. Chapman drives one left center, hit well, and that baby's gone. Chapman takes Gordon deep, and it's 16-3, and that is home run number 30. His teammates are going to tell him it's home run number 29.5. New pitcher for the A's, it's Lou Trevino. So he'll try to wrap this thing up. 1-2 pitch. Strike 3 called, and that is the ball game.